Welcome back to Hot Take Sports, episode 21. We're going to talk about the NBA a little today. Season wrapped up not too long ago, and we're a couple games into the playoffs. This is, what's today, day 5 of the playoffs? Day 4?
I think it's 5.
Something like that. When
Right.
is the play-in part of the playoffs?
I don't count the play-in as playoffs.
Well, then, yeah.
I call it postseason.
Then, yeah, today's day 5.
Because it doesn't really count. So, obviously, 3 out of the 4 of us did not make the playoffs. We are missing Clayton for this episode, but that's okay. He'll be back. Don't worry.
Story
He
for
did
another
not
time.
die.
Story for another time.
Okay, Clayton, thanks for keeping the legacy alive.
Hi, man.
So,
Here in spirit.
as the team that's ended with the worst record, I guess I have to start, right? Only by a game or 2. We were close.
Yeah,
We almost
that
caught
is
you guys.
That is true.
So,
That would have been a sight to see.
yeah, if the Timberwolves would have caught the Cavs,
Trade Kevin Love.
they had, you know what?
Sorry.
Yes, we get it. For the 12th out of 21 Hot Take Sports episodes, you guys have brought up that the Cavs need to trade Kevin Love. We get it. What, Braden?
Hear me out.
I don't want to hear you out.
Cavs are more relevant because of Kevin Love needing to be traded than their actual play. Think about what we hear more. Especially from those two.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Get rid of Love and hop on the Sexland train. That's about it.
Yeah, Isaac should have worn your shirt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Anyways, so the Timberwolves obviously had a rough start to the season. Coach Saunders was not the move. They tried it again, didn't work. So we got rid of him, brought in our new head coach.
Which is a controversial hiring because, the whole world was like, why not just promote the other guy? They aren't bringing him back, right? Can't remember what his name is now.
Chris Finch, that's his name.
Yes, Chris Finch.
Yeah, so we brought in Chris Finch, who was interesting because he was an assistant coach for the Raptors, and we had just played the Raptors like 2 or 3 days before they brought him in. So that surprised a lot of people. And then, so obviously we were bad for a while with Chris Finch because the dude had like 2 practices before the All-Star break with the team. But you could already tell that the team was changing. Like there was a new feeling to the locker room, I guess is the best way I can put it. And then after the All-Star break, they got some practices in. They were able to kind of change the style to the way he wanted it, and you could tell the team was significantly better. And then D'Angelo Russell came back. That helped. I think the plus-minus for the league, him and Ricky Rubio were still one of the worst duos in the entire league by advanced stats, having 2 of them together. So that was interesting. And Malik Beasley missed pretty much the entire second half of the season because he was suspended for a while and then got hurt after the second game he came back and was just done for the season. But overall, we have probably the number 2 rookie in the draft class. Yeah, I'm going to say it. LaMelo Ball is going to win Rookie of the Year. In memory of Clayton. We'll get to that later. Couldn't help it. But Anthony Edwards was really good for us. I'm excited for next year for our starting lineup to be D'Lo at the 1, Beasley at the 2, Edwards at the 3, McDaniels at the 4, and Cat at the 5. And honestly, arguably, Jaden McDaniels was the steal of the draft, getting him late in the first round. So that was good for us. But the team's got a lot of potential. If we had gone with Chris Finch at the beginning of the season, you could almost say that we were competing to be that 10 seed.
Yeah.
Maybe just at the bottom of that, which would have been cool to see. That's what I was hoping for this season, was to kind of compete for the playing game. But not even necessarily make it, but compete. Obviously, that kind of changed when we sucked the entire first half.
Honestly, I think if D'Lo and Cat would have been healthy the whole year, they would have made the play-in.
Maybe. There's a chance.
Especially the way they closed out the year, I think they could have beaten the Spurs.
I think I would say if they were healthy all year and played out they did at the end, they would have been either right in the playoffs or in the play-in
I was gonna say, who knows? They could have even been the 7 or 8.
No, they weren't gonna get up that high. but they definitely could have fallen for 9 or 10. By the end of the season, I wanted them to tank. We definitely talked about that.
That they went the opposite direction.
Yeah, there's no chance of us keeping our picks, so it's it's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is with not getting that pick is we don't have to worry about changing the team anymore. We bring back who we have, don't push our salary too much, and we just run it back with the team that we have now. We get people healthy, we get them more involved in the system.
Yeah.
And I mean there's no reason we can't push for that play-in game 7 or 8 seed next year. Obviously, we're not going to be a championship team, but there's definitely building blocks in place,
Yes.
which is it's nice to see for a team that has been bad for so long.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the T-Wolves are in a really nice spot. I personally think they're in a better spot than the Cavs, I'm not going to lie.
I didn't think they were until the whole thing with Andre Drummond went down and he left, because I really thought they were going to keep him
Me too.
and keep him for the next 3 or 4 years. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Jared Allen's a great pickup for them.
Because I think the Harden trade put the writing on the wall for Drummond, I think is really what it was.
Yeah, I mean, and he went to a contender, and so be it. So, Isaac, that means you're up. How do you think the Cavs season went? Happy? Not so happy? I mean,
they beat Vegas's over and under on their wins.
Well, that's always the goal. Gotta help out the over-betters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
that's
think
fair.
we beat it by 1 game.
Hey, but you beat it. That's the important part.
We beat it.
Kind
So
of like how the Blazers helped out that dude who bet his house on them getting 42 wins.
Still don't believe that. I'm just saying, but
Oh, I know.
So I'm not too mad about the season. We still need to trade Kevin Love, and I will say that over and over and over until he gets traded,
until his contract runs out, you mean?
or until he gets traded. Yes.
Until his contract runs out.
How long is the
Probably.
contract? Like, is it two?
It's-
Two
it's
two
2
more
more
years?
years.
2 more years. Yeah.
So he might
No.
get traded, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, I think it's 2023 for you.
I would love us to.
Love it.
Don't make
Shut
me come over there. I would.
Yeah, he has 2 more years now.
Yeah.
2023 is free agent.
Yes. I would like to see Jared Allen get a good contract. And then maybe get Sexton a contract extension this year because he's restricted the next year.
Alright.
Not this year, but the year after. In the draft, I want something. I don't know. Probably something 3 or 4 wise.
3 or 4. That's all you have is 3s.
Well,
You have 2s and 3s.
okay.
He meant to say 6. They need more bench players.
Yeah, because
Well,
they're all small forwards.
My dad listens to a radio show, and it's based out of Cleveland.
Isn't your dad a Pistons fan?
No. Screw you. And
Watch
they,
it, right?
and they're talking about our guards. And they have Garland, Sexton, and Okora as our backup too. But honestly, I think Okora should be a 3.
He's a 2-3.
Yeah.
He's a combo. He's a wing.
Yeah. And they're talking about
Spicy.
some draft stuff today. And I forget the player's name, but he's like 230, 240.
What? Wow, fake fan.
I don't remember. They were talking about it. He was like 240. Yeah, but 230, 240. Like 6'8" or 6'10".
You know what position he plays?
He's a 3-4.
I was going to say, well, if he's
Probably
6'8",
Kuminga.
240, he's probably a power forward.
Yeah.
I was
They
only
were
happy.
talking about
It's probably
someone
Kuminga.
guarding like Giannis or someone like that. I think it is Kuminga.
I was gonna say I've heard Blake talk a lot about Kuminga.
Yeah, and you would be because we have the 5th best odds right now. So and they were
I
doing
mean, this dude who's 6'6", 210.
Shut up.
What?
He's Congolese. What a guy. I didn't realize that's what you
Sounds
called
like
people from the Congo.
6'6", 210.
You from the G League? Yep, that's the guy.
So yeah, he's not 2'8" or 240, and he's not 6'4" or 6'8" or whatever you said.
Yeah, but they were talking about him.
This
There
dude
is-
was only born 2 weeks after me. He's 6'6", 210, playing in the G League.
What?
October 6th, 2002. He's 18 years old.
My guy did. Has he even graduated yet?
Probably didn't have to do high school.
That's
He
true.
probably did online high school and somebody did it for him.
Honestly, at that point, yeah. We'll have to interview him and ask him about it.
Yeah, you get right on that.
Hey man, we should have a fan mail.
He went to Huntington Prep School, St. Patrick High School, and Our Savior New American School.
Ooh, fancy. Yeah. So, I would love to see him. I think we'll get like the 10th or 12th draft pick. So, he'll be in that range. I mean, I think we should compete for a playing game next year.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Timberwolves.
think you guys probably could. Just kind of.
I think we'd be that 10 if we get it next
Oh well,
year.
I thought you guys were going to compete for the play at the start of the year.
They looked like they were, and then they cooled off a lot.
Yeah.
So
Young
Yeah,
Bucks
we-
came in with a lot of fire, and they did pretty well and fell off from there.
Sex line looks good to start.
Well, then they got injured a little.
Then they got Kevin Love back and started to win again, right?
Oh my
I don't
God.
know about that, but
A little bit, but not too much.
Close, but not cigar.
I mean, my dream lineup next year will be the backcourt, Sexland.
You and Clayton. You know?
Then Okoro at the 3. Then Dean Wade at the 4.
I hate you so much.
Well, they were
I'm
playing good.
leaving.
When he started this year, he was playing good.
I guarantee you, if they draft Kuminga, they're going to start Kuminga.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason Dean Wade should be starting.
anyways,
And that's what
And
Clayton would say. It
Jared
wouldn't just
Allen
be
at the
me.
5.
And Jared Allen.
So you don't want Larry Nance Jr. as your starting 4.
No.
I just goes, oh, if you guys want Larry Nance.
Interesting.
I'd rather him come off the bench.
It's amazing how quickly his opinions change, because he used to be like a Larry Nance diehard. Like,
Oh,
Freddie
2
Kitchens,
months
Larry
ago.
Nance, the Cleveland Browns as a whole.
I think Nance should be our 6th man. I really do. Because he can play that 3, the 4, the 5.
he can, depending on your lineup.
No, bro, Lamar Stevens is about to be your go-to 6 man.
See, my only problem, okay, so you said you want the Cavs to compete for the play-in.
Mm-hmm.
But out of 15 teams, tell me who they're better than here. The 76ers,
No.
the Nets,
No.
You can at least pick the teams towards the bottom.
Bucks,
No.
Knicks,
No.
Hawks.
Maybe.
No.
No, now they
Heat.
make Millen in charge.
Anyways, Heat,
No.
Celtics,
No.
Wizards.
Maybe, but probably no.
If they still
Until
have
you-
Westbrook and
I was
Beal
gonna
next
say,
year, not a chance.
Until you employ Russ and Beal, just no.
Pacers,
Maybe.
not a chance. Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, T.J. Warren, DeMontis Sabonis, and Miles Turner. No.
No.
Charlotte Hornets.
No.
No. We're already at 10. Bulls,
Maybe. That's
maybe, depending on how, excuse me, Siri. We're not talking to you. Depending on what they do with Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Larry Markkinen, Nikola Vucevic, Thaddeus Young. I mean, it all depends on how they draft. And then the next team above them is the Raptors.
Depending how they draft.
And they might be able to be better than the Raptors. So, at best, we have them at 11 right now. Because they're definitely better than the Magic and the Pistons. So, even where we just ranked them, they're still not in the play-in game.
Well,
Yeah.
I said they would compete for the 10th spot. Next year. I can
It's competing
The
for the
East
10
is
spot
going
actually
to be
competitive.
very tough competition all the way through next
The
year.
East and the West are coming to a balance.
Bro, if the Cavs are higher than 12, we'll be impressed.
See, because on the other hand, the Wolves, they're definitely going to compete with the Rockets.
Yes.
Because they're rebuilding. They're definitely competing with the Thunder because they're still rebuilding. Although the Thunder in the next 2 years will get a lot
The
better.
Thunder are just
Yeah.
magical beings.
We're definitely going to be able to compete with the Kings. The way the Pelicans have been playing, we're going to be able to compete with them. But we shouldn't be able to, but we will be able to. The Spurs will be able to compete with them. And then it just depends on how everybody else moves up. But even then, just getting to the Spurs puts us at 10. and then it
Yeah.
depends on how the Warriors shape up for next year.
And the Warriors will be good.
What the Lakers do, if the Trailblazers maybe restart. I don't know what the Clippers are going to do because the Clippers look god awful.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
facts.
Luka's tearing them up.
Yeah, Luka is single-handedly destroying that team.
Hey man, his little clip broke his heart.
Shut up.
Isn't Kawhi a free agent?
They both signed 2-year contracts, didn't
I was
they?
gonna say, I
Yeah.
They're
did.
both free agents?
They're both free agents.
Jokes on us, they're gonna go to the East.
No, I think.
Yeah,
Paul-
they're going to stay together, but they're just going to go to an East team.
They're just gonna go to Miami with Jimmy Butler.
I've seen.
Sign a really small
It's
I have.
deal.
funny. It's funny because I was going to Florida too, but I was going to say Orlando.
Could you imagine?
So let's see. Markel Fultz at the 1, Paul George at the 2,
Two.
Kawhi Leonard at the 3, Jonathan Isaac at the 4, and Mo Bamba at the 5. Or Wendell Carter Jr.
Yeah, Wendell Carter Jr.
I've seen Kawhi
They
going
make
to
Wendell
the
Carter
Heat
Jr.
as
really
rumors.
good. Bro, could you imagine if Kawhi and Paul George both just went and joined Jimmy Butler?
Imagine. Oh my god.
I don't even know who you could like split Hero and Nunn at the 1.
Kawhi
Paul
still
George
has
at the
1
2.
more year.
Oh, does he?
Does he?
Butler at the 3, Kawhi at the 4, and Bam at the 5. That would actually be terrifying.
They each have 1 more year.
So they signed a 3-year?
4.
No, I don't
Paul
think.
George is, no wait. Paul George was a 4-year contract, but the first one was with the Thunder. 1920 was with the Clippers, 2021 is with the Clippers, and then 21-22.
Yeah.
So yeah, Paul George would be free. So yes, they're both after next year.
At least that's how it reads to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Clippers will be interesting. I have no faith left in that team, so there's that.
Nope.
So
It's just all part of my plan for the playoffs in the West.
we're done with our teams, I guess. But yeah, there's not a whole lot for me to talk about the draft with my team because we're not going to keep our pick anyways. It's going to go to the Warriors.
Well, yeah, after they surged there at the end, there was no more Cade Cunningham for the T-Wolves.
Yeah, we have like the 4th or... No, you guys said you have the 5th.
We have
I
the
saw
5th.
it. So
You guys probably
we're-
like 6 or 7, something like that.
No, we had a worse record.
Yeah. They have the
Oh, duh,
4th.
yeah, you guys would have the 4th.
They-
It's like what, the Kings,
Oh,
Thunder,
there's-
and Pistons?
There's no way. No, because the Kings had a better record than us.
Yeah.
Isaac, I don't think you're right.
Well,
The Rockets were worse
Oh, I
than
forgot
us.
about the Rockets.
There was another team worse than us.
Oh, I just know the Kings were part of the top 3. I saw
The
that.
Pistons, the Magic, the Rockets, and the Thunder.
Oh, no. I just worried that
Not
the
in
Kings
that
had
order. Okay,
Kings
so
had one of the top 3.
Rockets are 30,
mm-hmm.
so it's Rockets, Thunder. Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, so you guys are 5 and we're... Oh, we did end up above you guys.
Did we?
You should have gone first then.
I know.
That's amazing. Let's go. So it's Rockets, Pistons, Magic. I can't believe I was trying to scroll back and forth, look at East and West, and there's no overall button. I appreciate you saving
You're
me there.
welcome.
So it's Rockets, Pistons, Magic,
Hey.
Thunder, Cavs,
You know?
Wolves.
Next time we see Clayton, you know what we gotta do? Harass him about it.
Haha, because my team is better than yours. Even though I split the series with their team, but I swept yours.
Shut Hey man, 0-5 against the freaking Wizards and T-Wolves. But
Yeah.
still the number 1 seed.
But you're the number 1 seed in the league.
Coasted our way to the finish line. We went the last month and a half without Donovan Mitchell. Finally came back last night during Game 2. Said his ankle felt better than expected.
He dropped,
Led us
what,
to a win.
27? Is that what he had?
I think I fell asleep during the fourth quarter
I think he
because I
led
woke
the
up
team
and I
with
was like,
27.
"Wait, what happened?" Yeah,
They were up by 20 at halftime, and I went to bed.
yeah,
so.
they were by 21. I got scared because so I was like, "No," because as soon as I go to sleep, they're gonna lose. Yeah, then freaking Memphis scored 43 in the third
Dude,
quarter.
you guys are not going to lose this series because if Ja has to drop 47 and still lose by 20, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been saying.
And you have
This-
Donovan back now
It was only
too.
12,
Yeah, I know.
actually, but
Well, no, but this is what I mean. I mean, how I talk about Donovan Mitchell. He's not just an all-star anymore. This postseason is going to be his make or break time. Whether he's going to remain an all-star or he's a superstar.
Absolutely.
I think it was Charles Barkley that was talking about it last night.
He's a superstar.
He put up 25 points in 25
I
minutes,
was-
and that's not his usual workload.
I was gonna say.
Usually he's a 32, 34 minute per game player.
Utah, I'm pretty sure I want to say it was like 12 for like 67 on threes, like in game one of the series. They were like 13 for 30 or something in the first like half or so last night. Having Donovan Mitchell back was huge. It is huge. Our team literally lives and dies by Donovan Mitchell. That's why we had to coast at number 1 seed.
And that settles your team in, too, because they...
I mean, we had 6th man of the year, Jordan Clarkson, to come off the bench. That really helped.
Which is funny, because Jordan Clarkson's your 7-man. By numbers.
Well, you know what?
Because Joe Ingles played 27 minutes.
Well, the only reason Joe Ingles played 27 minutes is because of Mitchell. But Clarkson was huge.
Well, Donovan Mitchell, yeah, he was on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, he will be through the first round then. After they get out,
The Jazz are going to coast through the first round. It's the second one where it starts getting interesting.
yes.
Well, but if we get to play Dallas, who knows? I mean, Luka versus Spider, that's going to be a storyline.
Yeah,
The only difference is they're not going to guard each other.
true.
Because Royce O'Neal will go for Luka, and then...
That's true.
Who's going to guard...
KP, Gobert.
Who's going to guard... Donovan, you idiot.
Oh, Donovan. Oh, I thought you were talking about Maverick. See, that's exactly my point.
It can't be Tim Hardaway, right?
If the Clippers lose to the Mavericks, Utah's path to the Western Conference Finals is there.
It would have to be Josh Richardson would guard Donovan Mitchell. He's a good defender, so he can.
Well, if the Maverick wins, I think they would give up a better fight.
There's no if. There's no if. It's when.
Yeah.
The Mavericks are winning this series. They've already taken 2 from the Clippers, and and now they're heading back to Dallas.
But now,
so
here's the real question. On Utah's path to the finals, do you think Dallas in the round 2 will be harder than Portland or Phoenix or Denver or the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals?
Yes.
Because,
So-
especially with, the way the Lakers are playing
But
right
essentially, the question that you're asking there is who is more intimidating, Luka,
now. Or LeBron,
LeBron?
D-Book, or Jokic at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't think Denver's going to win the series. Portland's going to win that series easily.
Well, I don't know about easily, but there's
Without Jamal Murray,
there's
they're not gonna win the
nobody
series.
in
Yeah.
Denver who's locking up Dame and CJ
Well,
together.
Yeah, I know. Well, and the only reason Denver's the 3 seed is because the Clippers tanked, which I'm sure they're not regretting. But I mean, I guess they did have to face Dame or LeBron
Well, they
or
failed
D-Book
that.
way.
That was the dumbest tank ever. And the worst part is they try to play it off too. Like they might as well have just come out and said, "Yeah, we didn't want to play the Lakers, so we just."
Yeah, we didn't want to play the Lakers. We prefer Luka.
That is.
I don't know if they expected it to be Luka or they expected Luka to do this. They also probably didn't expect their team to play like crap, but you know. So yeah, we went over your team, we went over my team, so we're pretty much done.
So, should we continue on the playoffs though?
Say we talked about your team not sneaking their way into playoffs, but
Coasting
into the 1 seed. Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
on the shoulders of our 4 forward
Joe
and 1
Ingles.
center lineup. But I mean, yeah, well, there was a point in time where O'Neal was playing the 2. It was Ingles at the 1, O'Neal
Yeah.
at the 2,
Mhm.
followed by Boyan, and with all sorts of fun people playing the 4 for us. And then, yeah, I
Leave it over
mean,
the heart.
arguably our now arguably 3-time depoy. I've heard a lot of people saying Rudy Gobert.
Rudy
pretty
Gobert's
much
getting depoy again.
I'm about-
See, so now whenever Clayton asks me if it was for Peg, I'm gonna have to say yes.
You still don't have to.
I think if he wins another deep boy, it'll be worth it. I think if he wins a 4th one, it'll be worth it.
Quick, just a
It's
question.
already worth it.
I don't know,
You
but
don't-
Who,
say
whose
that
are
it
the
is.
depoy contenders? I know it.
it's like Ben Simmons and
Gobert and
I know it's Simmons and
Giannis.
Gobert.
It's probably the 3 of them.
Because I know Clarkson already won it.
So right now the series, while you're looking for that, Sixers are up 2-0 on the Wizards. Nets are up 2-0 on the Celtics. That series is going to be a sweep. The Celtics look
Hold
horrible.
Oh.
on, Matt.
Draymond.
Speaking. Fine. I'll wait till then.
Bucks are up 2-0 on the Heat. I don't think the Heat are coming back. Jimmy Butler's looked bad. Knicks and Hawks are split 1-1.
That's gonna be the best series
That
in
one
the
better
East.
go to 7.
That's gonna be the best series in the East.
Jazz Grizzlies are 1-1.
I think that'll go
Grizzlies
5.
should just be happy that they won a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that'll go 5.
Also, a hot take
Donovan
out there. I
Mitchell's
think that series goes 7.
That is a hot take.
I mean, if
It's not
Donovan Mitchell
happening.
rips his ankle apart, then maybe.
They just don't play him. Suns Lakers. The Lakers are going to end up coming out of it because AD actually turned it on because everybody made him mad and Chris Paul's hurt. Honestly, the Suns would win that series if they had a healthy Chris Paul.
I think if Chris Paul's back for Game 4, though, I think the
But
Suns still have a
he's
chance.
not going to be healthy. He messed up his shoulder. He's going to keep playing, but it doesn't matter. He's hurt. That's why he barely played in the fourth quarter of the Game 2, and that's why they lost Game 2. Because they had them. They were on the comeback and had all the momentum. Chris Paul couldn't do anything.
So in other words, what I'm hearing is Portland is going to have to help us out. That's what I'm hearing. Because Utah Lakers scares me. Just almost as much as Utah Sixers, because the one time we played them with Embiid, we lost.
Yeah, but Royce O'Neal is just as capable a defender on LeBron as, like, Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson.
Yeah.
So you don't have anything to worry about there. If they put Rudy Gobert on AD, that'll work inside.
It'll
but it
be.
won't
I was
work
gonna
out.
say
I don't think
it'll be
work
really
on the
suspect.
perimeter.
Rudy,
So
And then
Rudy's,
you have
Rudy's
to
paint.
worry about Drummond.
yeah, and that depends on who their center is. If they put Drummond there or Gasol there, you're
Dear
not gonna have
Dave.
anybody to guard the. See, the intelligent thing for the Lakers to do, which is what they did in Game 2 against the Suns, which helped them a lot. They put Marc Gasol in and just let him stand at the 3-point line. They spaced it out more. DeAndre Ayton couldn't hold down the paint. Because DeAndre Ayton against Andre Drummond, DeAndre Ayton can just stand in the paint. They put in Marc Gasol for Game 2. They had to space the floor out, and he got a bunch of wide open threes.
Oh man.
See, the Lakers lineup is
On
so
paper,
dynamic.
the Lakers are really intimidating and should win every single game.
Oh, I know.
They just sometimes don't play.
Which they need to just not play for several games against the Suns and Blazers. Then we'll be fine.
Yeah, good luck.
I think LeBron gets out the first down, game over. I think he's going.
The Lakers should win it all again.
Which
I
pains
don't
me
know if they
to
will,
think
but
about.
they should.
That pains me to think about.
Anyways, Nuggets, Blazers 1-1. You think the Blazers are going to win it? I think Jokic can pull that series out. It just depends on,
It's
Dave
going to be
does.
Jokic and the bad news bears at that point. Unless Facundo Campazzo starts dropping 40 pieces.
MPJ can turn up, though.
Yeah.
That's true. Sometimes I forget
If
that
the
MPJ and Gordon are the
Trailblazers
fucking do
make it out of the first 2 rounds, I think they have a pretty good chance winning it all.
Well, I mean, they're going to be playing the Lakers, so today they're going to be LeBron or Dan in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
So, unless they both lose, could you imagine the Suns and Nuggets in the second round?
Be cool. And then, as we've talked about, Mavericks are up 2-0 in the Clippers, and they're going to sweep that series.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're going to win them both in Dallas.
I think they might go 5. Might.
They might go 5.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the Mavericks would have tanked so they could be the 6th seed? That way Luka could haunt LeBron's hopes and dreams.
I don't know. I honestly don't want the Mavericks to win it all or go to the finals. Because, what do you do
Neither
with the
do I.
league for the next 10... Anyways. No crap. What do you do with the league for the next 10 years if Luka already has a championship? Dude's 22 and averages a triple-double in the playoffs and wins a championship and finals MVP. Once you've done that, now he's always going to be in the race for MVP, because he's not even in the race this year, even though he still averaged crazy
He
numbers.
should be in the race.
But he's too young, so nobody wants him in the race.
True.
None of the voters want him in the race. He's going to be MVP every year, or in the voting for every MVP every year. His team's always going to be finals contenders. Everyone's going to want to go play with him, because he is the guy.
Kawhi and Paul George head to Dallas.
Exactly. I mean, the league will be over for a long time if that happens.
LeBron will have to move back east just to try to beat him in the finals.
Exactly. LeBron's
Back
going to be
to
like, well, now I
Cleveland."
can't do it in LA. No, I'll go back to Miami.
With Jimmy?
Yeah.
LeBron about to pull a Tom Brady and get retired in Florida.
Well, you ain't going to Orlando.
Could you imagine?
No.
LeBron follows Shaq.
LeBron's going to Boston on a 1-year contract. LeBron at the 1, Jaylen Brown at the 2, Tatum at the 3.
LeBron at the 1. I kept playing Kemba off the bench.
Yep.
No, because it would be Kemba at the 1,
Brown at the
Brown
2.
at the 2, LeBron
One
at the 3, Tatum at the 4. And they still don't have a center. Andre Drummond will follow him over there. There we go.
Probably.
I really
Hey,
wanted Andre
nah,
Drummond
bro.
to go to the Celtics.
Hey, Tristan Thompson got carried by LeBron once. Could do it again.
Yeah.
Then next thing you know, J.R. Smith's going to be their 7th man.
I really wish the Celtics were healthy. Because if they turned it on, they are the team that could beat the Nets in the East.
Oh, I
But-
agree. Do you think the Sixers have a chance, though?
Yes.
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 I was going to
Because
say,
they don't have anybody to guard Embiid.
No.
It's just, can Ben Simmons, Matisse Thybulle, who else? Tobias Harris. Can they all guard the big three? I mean,
Tobias Harris is terrifying.
I want to see playoff Tobias Harris average like 28.
I was
Great.
going to say, Tobias Harris has proven he can still play. I would love that.
I'm
man.
so glad that Tobias Harris made himself look like he's worth his monstrous contract. Because that dude, he has a max contract essentially.
Oh, does he?
And everybody's like, that's a waste of money, that's horrible. And then he's gone crazy.
Sometimes it just takes fans or the media
I
just to get on
I need
people.
to stop doing this to myself. Putting Royce O'Neal on the bench and bringing in Tobias Harris. Drain
You
threes.
guys don't have the money for that.
Yeah, I know.
You don't have $28 million. Okay, so Isaac, who's your MVP this year?
Embiid.
Yeah?
Embiid.
Brady?
It's definitely either Jokic or Embiid.
Is it?
I don't want to give it to Steph.
He's at his best scoring year of his career, though.
I'm about to say,
Why is he not?
my second one would be Steph.
I think part of the reason Embiid and Jokic are like up there for me is because Steph's all, like, I mean, obviously they're all always good, but like the
So-
Nuggets
so you have-
still being the
you
Nuggets
have-
still being the 3 seed without Jamal Murray for like the last month and a half. I mean, I guess it's no different than Utah being the 1 seed still, which that still also blew my mind. I don't understand how the heck we coasted to that. But would you have pictured the Sixers being the 1 seed, especially after the Nets got Harden?
Well, yeah, because I didn't think the Nets were going to be good.
Okay, but even before that, did you really think the Sixers were going to be the 1 seed?
I mean, it was going to be them, Boston, or Toronto. And
Well,
Toronto,
not Toronto.
Toronto fell off a cliff, which only left Boston and Philadelphia. And Boston had injuries all year and COVID.
That's true.
So, I mean, yeah, that pretty much just left Philadelphia. And Philadelphia would have made it really far. Like, when Toronto won it all, they would have made it really far if their guys didn't get hurt. So,
Or if Kawhi didn't hit that shot. It's still one of the craziest shots I've ever seen, by the way.
yeah, for sure. Jokic is my MVP. The dude played the entire season and single-handedly carried that team for the end of the year.
Yeah, I just speak for watching Jokic crap on us every time.
Yeah,
Jokic is the MVP.
His top 2 players next to him were Michael Porter Jr., who's a second year, who's good, don't get me wrong, he's really good, but he's not a second best player on the team yet, and Facundo Campazzo,
Yeah, Facundo
who's a
Campazzo.
5'10",
Yeah, but they've got Aaron Gordon now.
mighty mouse. Aaron Gordon doesn't do anything.
He can. Okay, I guess
He
he
doesn't.
I guess he did more in Orlando than he has. They were like really good when they first got him. But I guess Jamal Murray was still healthy at that point.
Aaron Gordon's not a special player. His move to Denver was his chance to explode, and he just sunk back into the
He busted.
shadows as a 3rd or 4th option.
He busted.
Sold his own bag.
Now here's a real question.
His next contract is going to be mid-level, 12 to 18,000, or 12 to 18 million, not thousand. So, you said Embiid.
I'm with you on Jokic at this point.
We
Yeah.
both said Jokic.
Do you think the Nuggets will go after a shooting guard?
Maybe.
Put up a deadly duo with Jamal Murray. You have the front court of
The problem
PJ and
for the
somebody
Nuggets, they've got Murray paid, they've got Jokic paid, but they're gonna have to pay MPJ, and I can't see them leaving him because he's been insane. I mean, he's really good.
Yeah.
Do you think
So I
he's
don't
gonna
think
ask for
they'll
a
go
max,
for
though?
anything special. Yes, once he finishes his 4-year rookie contract, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be a max player. He's going to get the same thing that Donovan Mitchell got. He's going to use his. They're going to use his 2+2, and then in the middle of the second year they'll extend it to a 4-year.
I don't even think I realized that
Whatever.
Mitchell's rookie contract was a 2+2. I just thought
All top round,
I'm
top first round
yeah,
contracts are 2+2.
I'm still trying to figure out how that can be a contract.
So okay, so I'm assuming we're all in agreement for 6 Man of the Year is Jordan Clarkson.
Yes.
Well, I mean, he already won it, so yeah.
Oh, did you really? Did they already announce that?
Yeah, they announced that already.
Fair enough. Well, he was the only contested
I was
anyways.
gonna say it was him, Ingles, or D Rose. The only reason Ingles has even been playing is because Mitchell got hurt. I mean, obviously he plays, but he's been playing more. But even then, he started the last month and a half because Mitchell was out.
I would have loved to see D Rose win it, but Clarkson was better.
I mean, D Rose and Julius Randle pretty much put the Knicks team on their back, and even though it was pretty much just Julius Randle.
RJ was good this year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I always forget about RJ. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
who for most improved? I know that's kind of on the spot. 'cause there's a
Julius
lot.
Randle.
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle.
I'll give it to Julius Randle.
Julius Randle's up there. Chris Boucher's up there. He had a really good season.
Oh, is he one of the other nominees?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
Oh,
not
by the
even-
way,
I'm not even looking at the
The
numbers.
other
I'm just
way?
talking.
but yeah,
And Christian Wood was
the
huge this year.
other D point nominee was Draymond.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes, it was
Well, he definitely
Gobert,
wasn't
Simmons,
gonna get
Gobert, Simmons, and Draymond. Oh, apparently they already named it. Julius Randle won it.
Okay. I mean that makes sense.
Oh, Jeremy Grant and MPJ were the other two.
Jeremy Grant makes sense.
Yes.
I'm surprised
Oh, here we
Christian
go.
Wood wasn't up there. He was hurt for a lot of the end of the
There we
season though.
Mm-hmm.
Most improved. Julius Randle got 98 out of the 100 first place votes. Jeremy Grant got the other two. Julius Randle got 1 second place vote. Hold on, let me. Oh. Yeah, he got 1 second place vote. Jeremy Grant had 33 second place votes. He would beat out MPJ for second by 2 points. Christian Wood got 4th. Zach LaVine got 5th. Jaylen Brown and Chris Boucher tied for 6th. Then down below there, you had, all less than 10 points, you had Michael Bridges, Zion, Vucevic, and a whole lot of other people, including Lou Dort.
Lou Dort deserves some votes, man.
Hey man, Bogey got 1 vote. So did Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins did too. That's for sure. I mean, he went from being bad offensively and lazy defensively to decent offensively and a high-end defender for the Warriors. So, I mean,
Yeah.
good for him, I guess.
Oh no. So Clarkson and Randall already took home awards. I don't know when they're announcing D4. But I mean, it's pretty much probably going to be Gobert.
I'm sure. So.
Now, who do you
Well, it's
guys,
not going to be Draymond, so...
who do you guys have for Coach of the Year?
Who's the
Ooh.
Knicks?
Tom Thibodeau.
Tom
It's
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau, Monty Williams, which is the Suns, and then Quinn Snyder, which is
Tim
Utah.
Doe.
You really think it'd be Thibodeau? I think it'd be Williams or Snyder. I want it to be Snyder, obviously, but I have a feeling it could be Monty
I
Williams.
think, okay, so obviously Snyder got the best record in the league.
Yeah, after being a consistent 2 seed. Not 2 seed, consistent mid to bottom seed. No,
Yeah.
it's not a 2 seed.
The Suns went from highly average last year, turning it on in the play-in, still not making it, and then became the 2 seed, and were the 1 seed for a while.
Yeah.
But the Knicks literally went from being one of the worst teams in the league and expected to win like 20 games this year
To a 5 seed.
to a 5 seed.
Just crazy.
And that was purely
Wait.
because of Tom Thibodeau.
Or are they the 4 seed? Because they hosted the first 2 games.
It might be the
I think the Knicks are the 4 seed. Because they
That
hosted
might
games
be
1
it.
and 2.
The Hawks
Yeah.
were probably 5.
That's
That,
crazy.
that makes more sense.
To the 4 seed?
So I think Tom Thibodeau should get it. I assume it'll be
I think it'll be
Snyder.
I still think they'll vote Monty Williams, but yeah.
or I want it to be Tom
I don't
Thibodeau.
know.
Yeah.
All 3 are really good candidates. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I love him dearly, but I think Quinn Snyder might have like the weakest case, despite leading his team to the 1 seed. That sounds crazy, but yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to the rest of the playoffs. You guys have anything else on the playoffs?
It should be really good.
I'll just say I'm excited.
I'm excited. I honestly can say though that I haven't watched more than like 2 quarters of basketball. I've been so busy doing everything else.
I'm 2 for 2 on watching my team's games. I feel really accomplished right now. I'm not even lying to you.
Yeah, my team's not there, so
What
You can
game-
watch mine.
my team's watching from the couch.
You
I did. I watched the second quarter of your team. I watched most of the first half of your team, and it was a 20-point game at halftime. And I was like, I have no reason to stay awake. So,
Yeah, then there was a point where it was a 2-point game during the third quarter, and that was terrifying to me.
I haven't watched a single minute.
But yeah, I would love to watch the Wizards Sixers get closer. It probably won't, but I would like to watch the
Speaking of
Wizards win a
the
game.
Wizards,
That's fine. I
Westbrook.
wasn't talking.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Continue,
go
man.
for it.
Westbrook tweaked his ankle last.
Oh
night.
yeah, then freaking popcorn got dumped on him.
Yeah.
I did hear about that.
I figured we should talk.
Oh,
about
did you
this
also
one.
hear about the Knicks fan that spit on Trae Young and then he got banned from MSG? Yeah, after the game last night.
Nice.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
some crazy things that happened last night.
There's just some real intelligent people out there.
Something about PA and why. Just kidding.
About the Westbrook scenario, all people pointed at someone else.
Yeah, this is popcorn that just fell from the sky. It's like,
He's like, I want to go
You're
fight
like,
someone.
kill whoever that was. And Trae Young's just like, bro, really?
That's bad. The Nets Celtics series is over.
Pretty much.
Bucks Heat series is over.
Clips.
So there's only really
over.
one good series in the East.
Yeah, and then
Even
Knicks
though-
Hawks.
It's really the East is sad because the Wizards got hot to end the season, so that looked like it had a chance to be a good series. It's not. Celtics, if they're completely healthy, can be a really dangerous team.
That would be a good.
They're not healthy. That series doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Bucks Heat rematch from last year. Let's go. Nope, still nothing there.
Yeah,
And-
that one surprised me.
And Knicks Hawks being the 4-5 should be a good series.
Could you even
It is.
imagine? Okay, at the start of the year, did you really think that the Knicks and Hawks would be the 4-5 series?
I didn't
Nope.
think either of them were making the playoffs,
Exactly.
so-
That's so crazy to think about. Like I picture them like maybe both playing teams at best, not the 4-5 matchup.
But then out west, Suns Lakers should be a good series, but if Chris Paul's hurt, doesn't matter. Nuggets Blazers wouldn't be a good series if Murray was there because the Nuggets would destroy them, but he's not there, so it
You
could
really
be
think they'd
better
destroy them?
if Murray was there. Yeah,
I think it would still go
I
to
think
7.
it'd be competitive.
I think it'd go to 7. I think it'd only go 5 or 6 without him, but I think it would go 7 if they had Jamal Murray.
wow, you really favor the Blazers that much, huh?
Hey man, when it's Dame time, it's Dame time.
They're still one of the worst defenses in the league.
Hey man, the Lakers don't play defense either, do they?
The Lakers are one of the best defenses in the league.
Wait, that's it. Like I meant the Nets. It's okay.
The Nets?
The Nets. They don't play defense.
They don't have to. They have 3 30-point per game scorers.
Yeah.
Do the Blazers have that?
No, they've got 2.
They have 1.5.
1.5. Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, Grizzlies Jazz shouldn't be close, but
Hopefully
you
they'll
know,
only go 5.
Jaw's gonna keep fighting, and then Clippers Mavericks should be close, but it's not, and that's about it.
I'm been impressed by Ja. He's trying. I'm not gonna lie to you though.
Jaw's gonna be a superstar.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. When we had Jaren Jackson, Ja, Brooks, and Valanciunas all in foul trouble by halftime last night, I was pretty happy.
It helped a bit.
Getting Dylan Brooks in foul trouble was huge for us.
Dylan Brooks is always in foul trouble though.
Oh, I know, but he crapped on us on the first game. He literally had no respect for the Donovan Mitchell. Just came out of nowhere and goes,
Donovan's like,
"Who are you?"
hi.
Well, yeah, then he had to guard someone,
Yeah.
and that's supposed to be his job.
Donovan's like, hi, I'm back.
Goes, "Hello." Barely played in half the game.
Remember me?
I'm not minutes restricting, but
It's
hi,
the-
I'm back.
It's the like echoing hello thing, like hello.
Well, I think that'll do it for Hot Take Sports episode 21. Remember, Lima Loco's Simmons Field, June 4th. Come out and then listen to the post-game show afterwards. I sadly won't be there, but the boys are going to hold it down until I get back. And we'll see you next time.
Don't forget to check out all the socials. Hot Take Sports 16.